Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Hello students, in this lecture we will be discussing the important questions related to the second topic of this chapter, which was chemical changes. So the first question is, what are chemical changes? Now students, this can be asked as a 1 mark question as well as a 3 mark question. If there is only a 1 mark question, you will simply write the definition that chemical changes are the changes in which the change occurs in the chemical properties of a substance, and basically new substances are formed as a result of a chemical reaction. Now another characteristic that you have to mention is this change is irreversible. This change is irreversible. Alright, so this is the definition of a chemical change. Now obviously you will give some examples. You can say burning of magnesium ribbon, right? Also you can say digestion of food. You have to give a few examples. Now if it is a 3 mark question, you will have to explain one of the changes as well, that there is a chemical reaction happening, the change is irreversible. Alright, you can take the example of burning of magnesium ribbon, which we have studied in detail in the lecture, right? Next question, what are the indications of a chemical change? As I told you that chemical reactions are accompanied with a few changes which are noticeable. So that can be heat or light is released or absorbed. Basically, there may be a change in the temperature, heat or light may be released or the heat may be absorbed, right? As in case of the magnesium ribbon, we saw that it burns with a dazzling white flame and also heat is produced. So yes, first is heat can be produced. Secondly, what are the second change that you obtain? Sounds may be produced, right? Sounds are also produced, as in case of carbon dioxide, when carbon dioxide was released when vinegar was mixed with baking soda, right? So carbon dioxide produces a hissing sound when the reaction takes place. Thirdly, gas production is another product. Basically gases may be produced as products, and color change is also observed, as we saw in the case of the reaction of copper sulfate and iron nail. The blue solution of copper sulfate turned into green solution of iron sulfate, right? So these are some indications of the chemical changes, right? Moving on to the next question. Why should we clean magnesium ribbon with sandpaper? Now this is a different question other than burning of magnesium ribbon. As you know, magnesium ribbon is basically magnesium, right? It is a metal. Now when it is kept for some time in the air, normally if you keep it in your room, what happens is it reacts with the oxygen present and the water present in the air, basically moisture, and forms basic magnesium hydroxide. Basically MgOH twice is formed on its surface. Magnesium hydroxide is formed on its surface. If you do not clean it up, then it may interfere in the reaction and it may not lead to the same products. Basically when we burnt magnesium ribbon, we were obtaining magnesium oxide. But if magnesium ribbon already has a layer of magnesium hydroxide on it, this is the magnesium ribbon and it has a layer of magnesium hydroxide on it. Now when you burn it, the products obtained will not be the same. So yes, before you go forward with the reaction, you have to clean the magnesium ribbon with the help of a sandpaper to remove this layer of magnesium hydroxide and to proceed with the normal reaction. Alright. Next question. What is the white ash produced on burning magnesium ribbon? As I told you, it is a chemical reaction. Magnesium ribbon reacts with the oxygen gas to form magnesium oxide. This is the white powder, right? This is the white ash produced. Right, you simply have to write the reaction. This is a 1 mark question. Now, basically it can also be a 3-mark question. Firstly, you will be writing the statement that magnesium ribbon on burning reacts with the oxygen gas present in the air to produce magnesium oxide, which is the white ash produced as a result of burning magnesium ribbon. And then you write the reaction. This reaction only is for 1 mark and 2 marks for the explanation, right? Next, is burning of magnesium ribbon a chemical change? Yes, it is a chemical change, and the reaction I just gave in the last question, it is a chemical change as new products are formed. And what are these new products? It is basically magnesium oxide, right? And the change is irreversible. You cannot obtain the magnesium ribbon back again from the magnesium oxide, so you have to understand that this is a chemical change. Alright? Next, what is the color change observed if we add iron nail to the blue solution of copper sulfate? What is the color change? Basically, you had copper sulfate, which is the blue colored solution, and you put an iron nail into it. The resultant solution is green in color. So the color change obtained is from blue to green. Basically, blue is the copper sulfate solution and it produces iron sulfate, which is basically green in color, right? This was the chemical change. For the reaction, you may refer to the lecture, or I can just tell you that copper sulfate reacts with the iron nail to form iron sulfate, and copper is released. Copper is a side product, basically a byproduct. It settles down on the nail itself, right? So this was the chemical reaction behind it. Now, what is the other name of copper sulfate? As I told you, the other name of copper sulfate is blue vitriol. This is the other name. In Hindi, we call it as Neela Thotha. This is the Hindi name. The English name, other name is blue vitriol. Alright. Next question. What do you observe after adding sodium hydrogen carbonate to acetic acid? Basically, sodium hydrogen carbonate is the baking soda, right? It is the baking soda, and when it reacts with acetic acid, this is basically vinegar, right? These are the reactants. They react to produce carbon dioxide plus other products. So the change that you will notice is that there will be a hissing sound due to the production of carbon dioxide gas, and bubbles are seen. These bubbles are also of carbon dioxide gas only. Other products, you do not need to know the other products. You just have to know that carbon dioxide is the major product that is released as the result of this reaction. And this carbon dioxide is, when passed through lime water, it produces a milky white solution due to the formation of calcium carbonate, right? Now give the test for carbon dioxide gas. As I just told, when the carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, what is lime water? Calcium hydroxide, and the formula for this compound is CaOH whole twice, right? When they react, when carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, it turns the lime water milky due to the formation of calcium carbonate, and water is the side product. This calcium carbonate, which is CaCO3, is milky, is basically white in color, due to which the solution turns milky, right? Earlier it was colorless or transparent, you can say, and after passing carbon dioxide through the lime water solution, the solution turns milky, or it looks looking like milk due to the formation of calcium carbonate, and water is the side product, right? So this is the test for carbon dioxide, that carbon dioxide turns lime water milky. Alright. In this question, this is basically another 3-mark question. Firstly, you have to mention this statement that carbon dioxide turns lime water milky. Then you have to explain what exactly happens, and then you have to write the reaction. So this comprises to be a 3-mark question. Alright. Next, is burning a chemical change? We discussed this in the lecture also. Burning is a chemical change. Yes. This is basically a 1-mark question, and you can explain it with the help of magnesium ribbon example. Right? Magnesium ribbon example, or you can say also by the burning of wood. Burning of wood is also the example of a chemical change happening, right? This is burning. So burning is always a chemical change. Next, is photosynthesis a chemical change? Yes. And how do we explain it? Plants use carbon dioxide present in the air and the water obtained from the soil. This is from the air and this is from the soil to form, and sunlight, obviously. Sunlight is used from the sun. These 3 initial reactants are used to form glucose, that is C6H12O6. This is glucose, right? And energy is released. This glucose and this energy is utilized by the plant. Energy is utilized in its way, and glucose is used as a food, which breaks down further to be used by the plant, right? So this is, yes, it is a chemical change as new products are formed, right? And it is an irreversible change. You cannot obtain carbon dioxide and water from the glucose that has been prepared by the plants. Alright, this is the final product of the reaction. So you can say that new products are being formed. Alright. Next, so these were the important questions of this topic. Thank you for your attention, students.